all electronic devices to vibrate or silent mode. If you wish to submit testimony, you may send it to landuse at council.nyc.gov. Again, landuse at council.nyc.gov. Chair, we are ready to begin, and please do not approach the dais at any moment throughout the hearing. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to a meeting of the Subcommittee on Zoning and Franchise. I'm Councilmember Kevin Riley, Chair of the Subcommittee. This afternoon, I'm joined by Councilmember Hanks, Councilmember Abreu, Councilmember Bacha, Councilmember Showman, Councilmember Brewer, future Councilmember Caleb Bradley here. We're joined virtually by Councilmember Carr, and do we have Councilmember Moyer virtually? Okay. Thank you, Sergeants. Today we will vote on a rezoning proposal and related special permit in the Bronx, known as 893 Eagle Avenue rezoning, consisting of LUs 250, 251, and 252. We will also vote on LUs 246, known as the Madison Square Garden special permit, as well as the related applications LUs 245, the area text amendment. Before we begin, I recognize the subcommittee counsel to review the hearing procedures.
Thank you, Chair Riley. I am Arthur Ha, counsel to this subcommittee. Council members with questions or who wish to make remarks and who are participating remotely should use the raise hand function, and those present in the hearing room should indicate so verbally. Please, we ask for everyone's continued patience if in the event we encounter any technical issues, and the chair will now continue with today's agenda.
Thank you, counsel. Today we will vote to approve LUs 250, 251, and 252 regarding the 893 Eagle Avenue rezoning in Chair Salamanca's district in the Bronx. This proposal will rezone the existing R6 zoning district to an R7-2 zoning district, establishing mandatory inclusionary housing area with MIH option 1 and 2, allowing for certain bulk relief relating to the building community facility use to facilitate a new mixed-use building, consisting of affordable and supportive housing units as well as community facility uses. Chair Salamanca approves of this rezoning proposal. Today we will also vote to modify LUs 245 and 246 regarding Madison Square Garden special permit and related to the arena text amendment in Councilmember Bacha's district in Manhattan. These applications seek to continue using Madison Square Garden as an arena to perpetuity. For the reasons explained in the council's resolution, extending the arena use to perpetuity is not appropriate at this time. Therefore, we are limiting the continued use of the Madison Square Garden as an arena to 5 additional years and conditioning this approval on the transportation management plan to address the use conflicts between Madison Square Garden's current loading operation and pedestrian access to Penn Station. I would now like to have Councilmember Bacha give his remarks.
Thank you, Chair Riley. Madison Square Garden's loading infrastructure has not significantly changed in more than 50 years. Over the same period, loading requirements of Madison Square Garden's events have increased in intensity. The use of Penn Station has consistently grown and is projected to continue to grow. In response to that growth, the railroads are actively reconfiguring Penn Station. All of these factors create a use conflict between loading the arena and pedestrian circulation of the expanding Penn Station. In addition, the area around Penn Station and MSG is undergoing a transformation with surrounding development, making West 31st Street, West 33rd Street, 8th Avenue, and 7th Avenue critical transportation corridors. Because of this use conflict, at this time, the council cannot determine the long-term viability of an arena at this location. Therefore, 5 years is an appropriate term for this special permit. To address this use conflict in the short term, we're requiring the development of a transportation management plan. I want to thank the council land use staff who's been working on this issue for so long. William Vidal, Arthur Paris Strotter. I want to thank all my colleagues in the city council, especially for their patience today, the 3.5-hour wait. I want to thank all the community members who've made your voices heard, Community Board 5, my colleagues in government, the staff at Madison Square Garden, and everyone who's been part of this process. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Batra. Members of the subcommittees who have questions or remarks about today's item should use the raise hand button or raise your hands here. Council will announce members in order that hands are raised. Council, are there any council members with questions or remarks at this time? There being no members of the council with any questions or remarks, I will now call for a vote. All right, we're almost done, Papa. Okay, all right, stop. To approve LUs 250, 251, and 252 relating to the 893 Eagle Avenue rezoning. To approve with modifications, LUs 245 and 246 relating to the Air Arena text amendment and the Madison Square Garden special permit. Council, please call the roll.
Chair Riley.
Aye.
Councilmember Moya. Councilmember Lewis. Councilmember Abreu.
Aye.
Councilmember Botcher.
Aye.
Councilmember Hanks.
Aye.
Councilmember Schulman.
Aye.
Councilmember Carr.
Aye.
Chair, by a vote of 6 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, the items are approved and referred to the full Land Use Committee.
Thank you, Council. That concludes today's business. I would like to thank the members of the public, my colleagues, Subcommittee Council, Land Use, and other council staff, and the Sergeant at Arms for participating in today's meeting. This meeting is hereby adjourned.